Alright guys, we've got 2 videos today. 2, possibly a third. No, I'm not doing 3 videos every day. Okay, it almost made me go to hospital for dehydration. I was exhausted. I really was. Doing 3 videos a day, plus the streaming, I couldn't cope. But that said, I don't know, you guys really like all the videos, don't you? But let's jump into it. Let's just jump in, deep feet first, jumping into the shark pen. Let's talk about something that's interesting, that's fun, that is literally funny as shit. And I wish my president or my prime minister would do this. President Trump shocks Daytona 500 crowd by doing a low flyby in Air Force One. Yes, as some of you may know, you Americans in the group, Daytona Speedway weekend was on over the weekend. Go NASCARs. And at the end of the day, Trump decided to give everybody a flyby before he came in for landing. At 800 feet. Yeah, I'm not getting that wrong. They estimate Air Force One was 800 feet off the deck. That's incredibly low for a 747. That's insane. But it's really cool. And we do have the videos. We will show you those. But yes, obviously at the end of the day, flyby only 800 meters above the track. Obviously Trump kicks off Daytona 500 race with Limbo Loop Air Force One flyby. Daytona President Trump took a loop around the Daytona racetrack on Sunday in his presidential limousine. Yes, he did that as well. He's had a blast this weekend. He really has. Drawing cheers from fans at NASCAR, the most prestigious race, not long after completing a dramatic flyby on Air Force One. Ramping up his nationwide re-election efforts after his acquittal in the US Senate, Trump serves as a Grand Marshal, and I believe it's the first instance of a president being a Grand Marshal. Annual National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing event, which place takes in the electoral swing state of Florida. Trump, a former reality TV star with a taste of showmanship, landed on Air Force One near the Daytona International Speedway. He was then driven in the presidential limousine known as the Beast directly onto the racetrack along with the rest of his motorcade. Don't worry, we have videos. After meeting people at the Speedway and delivering brief remarks, Trump kicked off the race by announcing to drivers, "Gentlemen, start your engines." Engines revved, Trump got back into the limo with his wife, Melania, for a lap around the track, with the race cars following behind. Yeah, this is pretty cool, I must admit. Trump's campaign planned to take advantage of the president's appearance by flying an aerial banner near the Speedway and running a TV ad during the Fox broadcast. Shortly after saying the race was postponed until Monday because of rainy weather, previous presidents who attended NASCAR events at the Speedway, including Ronald Reagan, George Bush, and George Bush Sr., Jr. and Sr., sorry. Florida is one of the handful of U.S. swing states between Democrats and Republicans. Now, there was over 100,000 people at this event. 100,000 people just saw your president fly over in Air Force One in a 747, 800 meters off the deck, and then decide to get in and do a lap with the NASCARs. Do you think he might win Florida? I'm just saying. How many people sit there and think, you know what? Trump's not so bad. You know, sure, he might want to grab him by the you-know-what, but at the end of the day, at least he has a sense of humor. At least he's fun. At least he's a showman. Right? Flyby in Air Force One, buzzes the tower, 800 feet, not meters, feet, and then does a lap with the race car drivers. Who do you think's going to win Florida? But anyway, but that said, everybody needs to vote. Everybody who's a Republican needs to turn up. Do not phone in this election for 2020. Because if they win the House and the Senate, they will impeach him. And Trump will be gone. They've already tried to do it through the House. Luckily they didn't get the Senate. And at the end of the day, was able to stop it. He was able to stop it in the Senate. For no apparent reason. And this is what I'm saying to every Republican. Get out and vote. You do not realize how important it is. The establishment wants Trump gone. He is anti-war. He's not sending a mass amounts of troops over to bomb some third world country. Not normally anyway. There's been a couple of instances where he sent a few extras, but I think 7,000. But the vast majority of them, he's not declaring war on Syria or anything like this. You know, it goes against their grain. They want him out. They want Bloomberg in because Bloomberg will be a yes man. They can walk into Bloomberg's office and say, we want to bomb Syria or Iran or Russia. And he will be like, not a problem, give me that form to sign. It was supposed to be Joe Biden, but unfortunately his campaign's on life support because, well, you know, he's dealing with Ukraine. Who would have thought that would have came out? I can't believe that actually came out. Jesus. Next we'll be hearing about Seth Ridge. But regardless, one miracle at a time. Okay, Trump. I can only handle one a year. But anyway, let's keep going. So NASCAR fans cheer loudly as Air Force One touches down at Daytona. Like I said, we do have the video right here. But President Trump is set to deliver "Start Your Engines" command at Daytona 500 on Sunday. Through the crowd, and the attendance isn't waiting for the start of the race to start getting loud. Air Force One made its dramatic flyover at landing at Daytona to thrill of thousands who immediately began cheering loudly. We do have that video. We will play that for you guys right now. Here it is. Look how low that is. You can hear him in the background. There's other videos out too. I've been Googling it all day. It's kind of fun to watch, actually, I must admit. Chants of USA could be heard as the president's plane flew overhead. Trump will bask in the appreciation of thousands of NASCAR's fans, becoming the second president to attend the Daytona 500 after George W. Bush, who also appeared at the race in his re-election year. Trump's re-election campaign will run an ad, blah, 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 blah. Trump vows Daytona Speedway race by swooping Air Force One over the crowd. So President Trump might have earned a couple of 100,000 votes on Sunday, even before he arrived at Daytona International Speedway. That's how many people are attending 500 in Florida, where Trump visited to serve as Grand Marshal to the annual NASCAR race. When Air Force One flew into Daytona International Airport, right next to the speedway, the plane first swooped over the track at an estimated altitude of 800 feet. The crowd went nuts. Fox showed the flyby. I have to be a lot of Daytona 500s. One commentator said, as Air Force One flew in, "Never have I felt the excitement and energy. We've got a great race on the track, but we've got the president landing right now, and fans are pumped." I mean, wow, what a day. Like, can you believe a president has actually done this? When was the last time a president buzzed the racetrack at such a loud... Like, it's crazy. This is your president. You guys should be feeling lucky. Yeah, but you know what my president does? Or my prime minister does? He's boring. Yours is fun. You should love this. But anyway, we do have the video, and we're going to play this one. We're going to play this one because it's just amazing to watch this shit. It really, really is.
To NASCAR on Fox and the 62nd running of the Great American Race, along with Jeff Gordon, Jamie McMurray. I'm Chris Myers, and nice to have you along with us for this special moment.
I have been to a lot of Daytona 500s, Chris. Never have I felt the excitement and energy. We've had great racing on the track, but we've got the president landing right now. The fans are pumped up. I mean, wow, what a day.
It's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen to see. They said that plane's 800 feet above the racetrack right now. What an entrance by the President of the United States.
He's the Grand Marshal. He'll give the command. Presidents, of course, have attended NASCAR races, Daytona before, but again, the first to give the command for this, the Daytona 500.
This is your president. You guys should be proud. You really should be. My Prime Minister? Boring. Yours posts memes. Mine is a meme. Anyway, here's another one. I don't care about politics. It's friggin' cool to see Air Force One fly over Daytona. We're just gonna... There it is there. We're just seeing it, but yeah. Like, he's right. It is really cool to see. Here's another one.
Fox NASCAR above Daytona International Speedway live. Air Force One. President Trump arriving here at Daytona International Speedway. The 46th president of our United States, the first to give the command for the Daytona 500. As we welcome you to NASCAR on Fox and the 62nd running of the Great American Race, along with Jeff Gordon, Jamie McMurray. I'm Chris Myers, and nice to have you along with us for this special moment.
I have been to a lot of Daytona 500s, Chris. Never have I felt the excitement and energy. We've had great racing on the track, but we've got the president landing right now. The fans are pumped up. I mean, wow, what a day.
It's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen to see. They said that plane's 800 feet above the racetrack right now. What an entrance by the President of the United States.
He's the Grand Marshal. He'll give the command. Presidents,
and the crowd is absolutely loving this.
Before, but again,
completely lost their shit.
The command for
yeah, there's like scenes from like the audience and stuff like that. And
I go into the mindset of these competitors and what they're going through, and there's already so much build that you know, you didn't sleep last night, okay? You've waken up to the Daytona 500. You're starting to run through the race and all the things that you're going to have to deal with. And then there's just constant distractions of, you know, sponsor commitments. You're seeing fans and how excited they are for you to win the Daytona 500. And then to add to all that, you've got the president that's going to be here for the race to call the command.
And,
now, obviously, they did go through, and I'm trying to find the video. Here's the crowd's reaction from the actual event. And I know I like to keep my videos around 11 minutes, but I'm sorry, this is cool, okay? My pizza's burning in the oven, but this is so much more interesting right now. I'm gonna have to cook another pizza, but regardless. There it is there. Like, that is super low. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, they also then went through and did a lap with the race cars. Here it is here, maybe.
A sitting United States president pacing the field for the Great American Race. He said he wanted to...
Oh yeah, he did this. Don't worry.
He is the president. He has that right. And I just can't imagine
imagine, as a driver, as a competitor, the magnitude of this only builds up what is a great American race and one of the biggest races in the world to put that much pressure on you to win this race today.
I'm not sure how this idea came about, but I have an inkling. A phone call was received the other day in Franklin, Tennessee, at the home of our former colleague, Darrell Waltrip, who retired from broadcasting at the end of the 2019 season, asking him to fly to Palm Beach this morning and join President Trump on Air Force One on the ride up here to Daytona. So I would not be surprised if Darrell had a little hand in what we're about to see.
Get some tips down there about those high banks here at Daytona.
And are the drivers excited about this? Well, here's Clint Boyer's radio.
You know, Mike, people ask me, do you miss him? You know, are you jealous of those competitors out there? Today, right now, I am. I would love to be in this Daytona 500 field out there competing today. This is just so special.
Now, we know that at least 70 miles an hour is required to keep those cars up on the banking. Those presidential limousines, which are built on truck chassis, weigh about 22,000 pounds. You will probably not be doing 70 through the 31-degree banking of turns 1 and 2. But we'll stay down on the apron.
Well, you think when he finishes this lap, is he going to do a burnout? What kind of horsepower is underneath the hood of that car?
All questions we want to know.
The department came up with a comparison between the NASCAR Cup cars and what Secret Service calls the Beast, the presidential limousine, built by Cadillac on a truck chassis with Cadillac sheet metal.
Look at the difference in weight. 22.
And it's a little heavier at 22,000.
22,000 pounds. The normal Cup car is 3.5, roughly. Length is the same, 18, 16, no much difference there. Unknown top speed, and the Cup cars go to 200 plus. Mind you, Trump's carries 7 capacity, they carry 1. So, yeah. But that said, I would be very surprised if the limousine, the Beast, couldn't do, I think it's, you guys said 70 miles an hour, I think they said, to stay on the bank. So that's only roughly about 40 kilometers an hour, 50 kilometers an hour. I'll be very surprised if Trump's motorcade couldn't do that. It's got to be able to speed away in case assassination attempts and stuff like that, right? So it's got to be able to move. We know it can, we just don't know what the top speed is.
Top speed is sufficient, but unknown. It's been estimated that those side windows are 5 inches thick of bulletproof glass and that the sheet metal is some 8 inches thick as it's fully armored. And, of course, seating capacity 7 for the limo and 1 for our Cup cars.
The only thing I wish they'd have modified on that limo is put a spoiler on that rear deck lid.
Can we?
Just for NASCAR.
But anyway, yeah. So he's gone through, and obviously they've done laps.
Have a couple of antennas for communication, after all. Not sure what those flags on the front fender are going to do for aerodynamics. Nor do we care. Donald Trump is the 4th sitting United States president to attend a race here. Ronald Reagan gave the command to start from Air Force One and was here when Richard Petty drove to his 200th victory over Cale Yarborough in a Firecracker 400. George H.W. Bush, the summer of '92, and George W. Bush, the 2004 Daytona 500. Bill Clinton campaigned at Darlington at a NASCAR race, but the president with the closest ties to the sport was Jimmy Carter. One of Jimmy's closest friends in Georgia when he was governor was Alf Knight, the longtime superintendent of Atlanta Motor Speedway. Jimmy would come down, be a visitor to the track often, and was honorary starter for a race there when he was governor.
But yeah, you get the idea. So they did laps, you know, because he's the president, why not? Sort of thing. But yeah, super, super cool. Obviously, it wasn't all good news. There was a terrible accident on the day. Ryan Newman is awake, though, for people that want to know, an update. He's awake and speaking with the family. Family doctors, according to a statement Tuesday afternoon, he remains remains at Halifax Medical in Daytona Beach, Florida. The statement also says that Ryan and his family have expressed their appreciation for the concern and heartfelt messages from across the country. So it looks like he's going to be okay. I did contemplate about showing the accident, but I don't want to. It's pretty graphic though, but yeah. And obviously, you know, the media is obviously trying to find some angle to, you know, slam Trump for this one. You know, so all they can really figure out is that Trump's campaign manager posted the wrong photo of Air Force One and to celebrate the moment. Donald Trump made quite the splash at Daytona NASCAR race 500. Trump's re-election campaign manager, Brad Pascal, decided to share the shocking moment on Twitter. However, he put the wrong photo. He put the one from 2016, I think it was. So photo arriving, here's 2004, sorry. So that's the photo from 2004. Here's the actual photo of what it really looks like. Let's see if we can find the photo. Right there. So that's the photo there. And the one he posted is that. Like, it's really hard to, like, yeah. Yeah, whoopsie sort of thing, right? But, yeah, that's all the media has got is Trump's campaign manager accidentally posted the wrong photo. Whoop-de-frigging-do, but anyway. But guys, yeah, this is your president. For the love of God, get out and vote in November 2020. Because if he loses, you're going to get stuck with some boring shrub. I'm sorry, but I heard about this and I thought, yep, I know what tonight's video is all going to be about. And then something else has happened, so we'll talk about that as well in a separate video. So 2 videos today, guys. Next video will be going up in roughly about an hour. I'm going to go and eat my very, very charcoal burnt pizza. And then put the second video out. And then I'll be streaming on Twitch. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Does this make you happy to be this is your president posting memes on Twitter and literally and doing this stuff? God, can we get him, please? At least it'd be fun and interesting, right? But let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. And don't forget to click that little notification because apparently it does something. Although the amount of messages I'm getting from people saying they don't get notified is overwhelming. So it does something for everybody else's channel, but not ours. Yeah, censorship. Gotta love it. But yeah, apart from that, guys, have a great night. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, 2 videos today. You might get notified about one of them. I don't know which one. We'll find out. Let me know. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. I'll see you soon.